Day, where we are going to recap the knowledge and see how well we have gotten the concepts drilled in our heads. And what I'm hearing is today is going to be more of a fastest finger round, more questions, less time. Looking forward to this. And then, of course, we're going to have a few, you know, video bites around the Gita Jayanti as well, how Gita has been transforming our lives. So the testimonial from our quiz master, and I believe one more, right, Shefali, I believe. So looking forward to that as well. But let's get started with our session. I'm going to share my screen. We'll do our opening prayers, and then I'll hand it over to Rahul for. I will hand it over for the game itself. So give me a sec. Able to see the screen? Okay, we'll do our opening prayer and then we'll get started. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurudevo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. All right, so I'll hand it over to our quiz master. Just want to remind everyone today we are going to have a group picture as well, and we are going to wish happy Gita Jayanti to Swamiji as well. We'll take a video bite out of it. So hopefully everybody can turn on their videos today during the later part of this session. And let's get underway. Over to you, Rahul. Yes, Sandhya, you wanted to add something?
So we also wanted to share the video from our class participants around Bhagavad Gita that we had made at some point of time, but we haven't had a chance to share it.
We can do that. Let's get the game underway. Maybe in between we can show that video also. Then we have a few video bites on Gita Jayanti, and then we have a group picture as well where we are going to wish. For Kahoot, you have the details on your screen, www.kahoot.it 134076.
Is the audio, audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Audio is very prominent.
Okay, I'll reduce the volume. Sorry.
You could do that a little bit, but I think it's... No, you can increase it a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Jai Hanuman, Maharshi, Nino, Vinamra. Vinamra team is religiously following that team code and number, so this is good.
Should they get extra marks for that?
Sure, we'll have a bonus point added for that. Anything to show solidarity with your team.
Maharshi.
Yeah, which Maharshi? You don't know, Maharshi Patanjali or Maharshi Narad or Maharshi Vishwamitra? Maharshi's audio is gone.
Yeah,
Not
right now audio is gone. Yeah.
Actually, audio. Oh, I see. Not sure how that happened.
You may want to. I think the audio is still off. It's showing cross on the audio, so we want to click on that once.
Let me see. Actually, I am myself not able to hear anything. Let me check. Yeah.
Not just us, no? Okay. Anyone want to
share the screen, yeah.
No,
Sorry?
if we do, just stop share. Okay, not
Unshare and share, yeah.
Stop share and
Unshare.
share screen again.
Yeah, we have like
Okay, is the pin in the chat?
Yes.
Yes, we can see that.
Let me just stop and reshare. Yeah.
Oh,
It's back now. I think it's maybe a thing of Kahoot itself.
Now it's coming.
Yeah, actually, it's coming for me as well. Maybe it paused in Kahoot and it started again.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe someone can
Nitinji, in
sing
the
Radhe Radhe if it stops in between, and we'll just maintain the music.
Yeah, we can see that. I think things. Right. People joining in and the music is playing just fine. I think we should be good.
We have Darshanarthi.
Darshanarthi. Darshanarthi. Okay, that's nice. Any announcements
Nitinji,
you
in
want
the
to make while we're waiting? Yes, Tarunji, you wanted to say something?
I can't see the code. Somehow I can't see the chat. Can you share? Okay, got it. 134.
134076. It's on the screen as well, right? Which is being shared right now.
Announcements. Two major announcements.
Mhm.
I go ahead? Okay. One is about Gita Jayanti, of course. So Gita Jayanti celebrations are going on. They started in the last weekend. They are going to continue in this weekend at the Radhakrishna temple. People can also attend it online. And we are going to have a special Gita Jayanti interactive session come Kahoot on the 23rd morning, which is specially for the online class participants. So that is going to be on 23rd morning, and then in the evening of 23rd there is going to be recitation of all the 700 Bhagavad Gita shlokas at the temple as well as online. So, and then 24th also we are going to, sorry, go ahead Nitinji.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
So, and then on 24th, we are going to have Bhagavad Gita Jayanti special satsang. And most importantly, on 22nd, the Friday, Swamiji is going to join live for giving the lecture, the keynote lecture for Bhagavad Gita Jayanti. Yeah. So, since starting from 22nd, Friday till Sunday, there's going to be a Bhagavad Gita Jayanti special extravaganza.
Wonderful. I look forward to the quiz, online quiz. I would encourage everybody to participate. You'll see some familiar faces there. But yeah, if you want to test out at a broader level, significance of Gita and other aspects, nuances related to it, do join that. It's going to be a wonderful quiz session, interactive session. That's fun. So, even I think other announcements have already been made. The keynote speech that is coming up from Swamiji, that is another thing to look forward to. And of course, tomorrow we don't have any session, but then we have our spiritual secrets right, to Hinduism. So that session there, you can mark your calendar for that as well. 8:30 Central and 8 a.m. 8
so
a.m.
there is one more thing, Nitinji. And if that is not enough, then we have from 25th December to 31st December the Sadhana Shivir at the JKU Banana Ashram. And for people who always want to crave for Ram Katha, this is the opportunity to join online and then take part in that.
And Swamiji said that he has chosen
Yes.
Ram Katha as the topic, especially because this year, coming 22nd of January, is going to be the grand inauguration of Ayodhya Ram Mandir. So, in connection with that, we are going to immerse in the bliss of Ramji's Kathas, starting from 25th of December itself.
Right. So if Remind for you was always about Ram going to exile, killing demons, defeating Ravan and coming back, this is our opportunity to go deeper into some of the philosophy and the devotional aspect of Ramayana. Right, Swamiji goes
Nitinji.
into.
And if this is not enough, then we have the family camps 50% discount also till 31st December. So do try to avail that also.
That is very, very important. Thank you.
So we have
And
number
if
of
that is also
participants.
not enough.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Arun. I know I see 20 participants. We have around close to
We
45
have
people.
number
Right?
of participants equal to almost the number of questions. So
Okay. I
Arun,
think
I
we may
feel
have
we
to
can reduce the volume a little. I feel it's a little louder.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would encourage everybody to come in. It's a good way to engage and participate in it. Right from the word go, rather than joining in later or participating offline through chat. Probably we can give maybe a couple of more minutes and then we'll get started. So Rahul, are we good, or you have another announcement to make that if that is also not enough? Then
Yes, we have the
okay.
Dhanurmas Puja going on at every day at 6 a.m. So people who are in and around Dallas should definitely try to join that.
Oh,
And you
It
can
is
watch
also
that.
online. No?
I'm not sure about that,
okay.
but yeah, I mean, if it is online, then definitely you can watch that online.
So I see the numbers of participant decreasing. Maybe you may want to refresh your screen. If you don't see your name, you would have to join because there's a session timeout that happens and your name may drop off. So initially it was 20, now I see 15. I don't know what happened. Maybe Arun, you jinxed it by saying we have
Maybe after
participants.
that comment, people got intimidated or something.
Hey, they're trying to influence the number of questions you should have had, right? But no, we're back to 18 now. Okay, so we'll give a couple of minutes and then we can get started. I think some of the participants, they join as we go along. So let's give about a couple of minutes and then we will get started. If your name is not showing up, do check it because it's important. Sometimes you drop off and it's not fun if you have joined and you have dropped off just before the game.
One last thing, Nitinji, if we can add.
Yeah.
Since it is almost the end of the year, if people are trying to make donations to certain organizations, definitely JKU University project is one of them, which people can definitely try to look for and contribute wholeheartedly. Yeah, I can.
Right, you can post a link for that. You can go in and update that. So yeah, JKU University project is going on. End of the year, do have that timeline, I believe. Otherwise, you end up playing Uncle Sam or Uncle Modi. If you want to part with some of it for JKU University project, this is your opportunity. Okay, so I think we have 21 participants. Let's do the countdown and get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get started. All the best to all the participants. It's going to be a fun quiz, I'm sure.
Okay, let's start.
Let's start then.
So we'll begin with a video from Swamiji, the motivational
Sure.
video.
One clock made
And
Audio
please
is-
post the pin
made a
Kahoot
grandfather clock.
on the chat so that new participants can join in as well, whoever is joining
And
now.
when he was about to put
the
it
audio
in
okay?
motion, he heard a sigh. He said, "Who was that?" The clock started speaking. The clock said, "I was just thinking of the 100 million times I'll have to tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And I was getting discouraged. That's why I sighed. Oh no." The clockmaker said, "Don't worry. You can just do it one tick tock at a time." And it has been doing tick tock since then till today. So similarly, you don't have to attack the whole problem together. You only have to attack the next step.
All right.
That's a good message to start off with. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay. Thank you.
So I can surrender to God while staying attached with my family and friends. True or false? Nitinji, you're on mute.
He
I know,
intentionally.
I purposely.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not saying anything. I can surrender to God while staying. 6 of you, which is half a dozen, said yes. Answer is no. Okay, we have to eventually that aspect would diminish. Now, attachment is unholy actually. Now you may say, what is this? Shall I give up loving my parents and loving my relatives and friends? No, it doesn't mean that. You just become more responsible and look at it in perspective. Right? You will continue to discharge your duties, but that attachment aspect, which can cause fear, anxiety, will start to diminish because you understand the big picture. Before they are your family friends, they are the kids of God. So every lifetime we start this drama, and that starts getting put in perspective as we keep on growing spiritually. So you don't have to do anything. You have to keep attaching your mind to God. The other will happen automatically. You don't have to force yourself not to do anything. Things will simply fall in place. And the perfect surrender, when you do that, attachment is mamekam sharanam braj. Like Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham nitya bhuktanam, satat yuktanam, right? That exclusivity is mentioned there. It's a journey, so it'll happen. And that is a state, the perfect or the aspirational state for all of the sadhaks and devotees. So false is the right answer. Let's look at who takes the first position or the pole position after the first question. Nemo, Quizmaster, Geeta Jayanti, Anand, Vinamra. Okay, it's just about the speed. So like Kahoot, you get it right, you get credit for that, you get it right the fastest even more. But no pressure, because in the process of hurry, right, you may get it wrong. So let's move on to the next
All right.
question.
So multi-select. Which of the following are not the characteristics of a surrendered soul?
Not. It is more than one, less than four.
Yeah, it's a multi-select question.
More than one, less than equal to four.
Feel free to answer in the chat in case you are unable to join on Kahoot.
Yeah, you can mention the colors like blue, yellow, red, green. More participants joining in now. The game is already started though.
But remember, audience poll can be misleading also.
Yellow and blue, Shilpa ji is saying. That is nice. I think you got it right, Shilpa. Blue and yellow, Rashika is also saying that. That's perfect. And the answer is blue and yellow only. No surprises, yes. So perfect surrender, when you do, this is one of the, you don't complain to God. That is not right. When you complain, you violate the principle number 1 and 2, right? What was that? Anukula sankalpasya pratikula varjitam. So you don't do that. Remaining full of positivity and during unfavorable circumstances as well. Positivity only. During favorable circumstances, no. Even when unfavorable circumstances come, you take it as prasad and have acceptance around it. So when we don't have it, when we complain, whine, or start worrying, we are violating the surrender principle. They're pretty deep actually, if you look at it, right? Anytime we start worrying, anytime we start thinking about future, past, complain, we are violating the principle of surrender. So we need to consciously, mindfully work on that aspect. So let's see what happens to our leaderboard after this one. Nemo has been displaced by cost. Okay, let's move on. Bhakti and Radhe are in the top 5 now. Gita Learner is the highest climber, not surprisingly. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Oops. Then loading. Okay.
I think you clicked it again. Maybe it opened in the other.
No, it was the next option. I'm not sure what happened.
No, this is a new tab. Yeah, you might want to go to that previous tab.
There's only one tab actually. It just exited, I think.
Is it so?
Yeah.
I thought that it was a new tab, but
Okay,
sorry about that.
now we'll have to, let's initiate that quickly. If that is the case, now we know 2 answers, so everybody has an equal shot at first 2
Don't know what
questions.
happened.
We can skip the video. Get ready to join. Okay, you'll have to join
Yeah,
again
I'm sorry
now.
about that. I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Maybe more participants can join now. Okay. So the pin is new one. You may want to post the new pin 9535040. Is your internet stable? Maybe it got reset or
Current is fine, Nitinji. I don't know what happened, but okay. It's weird.
kahoot.it 9535040. We can quickly start in a minute. If you can join in again, we'll restart. First two questions, they get neutralized. Video we can skip, and let's move on quickly from third question onwards. I think we had far more questions than people preferred, so that's why now we have a quiz of 16 today. Or maybe 15. Okay, I see 19, 20, 21 quickly. In
Yeah, I hope it
22.
doesn't happen again. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay.
Okay, shall we get started, or anybody is trying to do that right now? Okay, let's get started. Enjoy it. Let's move on. We can skip question number 1
Sure.
and probably 2 and 3 as well.
One clock.
So should we play this question?
No, we can skip it. Or we'll
Okay.
probably don't have. That's okay. We'll see who gets it fastest, even.
We can start. We can skip it, right?
But yeah, that's fine. But it's good to see who's NK is like. Who's NK? Somebody's playing with my initials. Okay, that's good. At least the speed has helped. What next? Let's move on. Blue and yellow. Remember that?
So we'll
Let's
wait,
see.
or should we skip?
Yes, skip.
Okay. Yeah, that will bias the score a bit, but it's okay, I guess. Yeah.
I think people have already answered it. So
Okay, sure.
That's okay. Irritated now. Okay. That's okay. Let's move on.
Leaderboard is going really quick now. Okay.
Okay, Gita learner has come in top 5. Okay, let's move on to our third question. Fourth question,
Okay.
rather.
So fill in the blanks. Dash is God choosing to reveal himself, and Dash is God choosing to remain anonymous.
We've spoken about this in our session. It's an interesting quote. Yeah, the answer is 3. When we get inspired, it said that inspiration is God choosing to reveal himself, and coincidence is God choosing to remain anonymous. Sometimes we say it's God coincidentally, right? Something, few things when, God does inspire us and he chooses to come across or portray it as a coincidence. So I think we spoke about this in our class as well. So let's move on. Let's see what happens to our leaderboard after this one. Song of God has climbed. NK is pretty rock solid, huh? Okay, Nemo, Radhe Radhe, Deepuff is doing good as well. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. What is the currency we can carry with us after death?
Is it dollar? Is it euros? Nothing like that. Fame, money. That was quick, and everybody got it right. Very nice. Yeah.
Yes,
Spiritual
when
wealth.
everyone answers, maybe it just goes to the
The
end.
next one. That's nice. Yeah. Spiritual wealth is something that we carry in our life. Rest all remains here. Nothing goes with us, no matter whether we're a millionaire, billionaire, a very famous personality, whatever it is. Everything we have to leave behind, the spiritual wealth, whatever we have accumulated with regards to advancing spiritually is something that we are able to carry forward. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Gita, it's like not budging too much. Okay, let's move on. I
Sure.
think the is heating up now.
Okay, multi-select.
These
So
are
which
the
of the
ones
following
we
does not belong to the triple filter test for spiritual knowledge?
The not is the second and the fifth one. Scriptural reference, yes. Confirmation by um, your guru is right, yes, and reference by multiple saints. Basically, these are the ones which are right. And in context of the question, what friends and family say, not necessarily that is there, because everybody have their own understanding of how they see the world and around the scriptural understanding as well, and received online from top Quora users. Now, it may be, but the Bahumat may not be the Shresht Mat. So we simply go by what most people are saying and we go by majority, but Bahumat or what majority says may not be the most um, correct or the true thing that you need to subscribe to. So majority may not always be right. Okay, that is the key thing to understand here. Okay, we go by majority and um, that gives us confidence. Most of the people are saying, but not necessarily. Okay, that's a good one. Let's move on. P Puff NK is playing good. P Puff is back in Reckoning. Radhe Radhe, Song of God, Nemo, good going. Let's move on.
Okay. So a bad day for your dash is a great day for.
Bad day for your mind is a great day for Hyderabad. That's a good one. Majority got it right. Yes, bad day for an ego is a good day for soul. So if you're able to tolerate a hit on your ego, it's very good for your soul. That is how the principle goes, right? So God has designed it in such a way that if you exercise more patience, tolerance, forbearance, that is very, very beneficial for you. And that is why I say if you want to progress spiritually quickly, put a critic near you, let that person criticize you every day, and you will progress very fast. Okay, but internally you should not feel upset about it. Just learn to tolerate that. Okay, let's move on. I think the game is currently being played after first two spots, so that's where movements are happening. The top two are like rock solid at this point, at least until this point. We'll have one of those questions that will change the game. So let's move on.
Okay. This is a important video for Gita Jayanti.
Important video.
All
Important
right.
video for me. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita does not make you dull, boring, or serious in life, contrary to popular belief that, if you're on spirituality, you'll become very dull, serious, kind nothing of that sort. In fact, it makes it when your mind is freed up, you become even more creative, much more interesting in life, not boring. And if somebody is becoming boring, they have gotten it all wrong in life. Okay, they are not understanding the scriptural principle and started taking themselves too seriously. Doesn't work that way. When your mind is freed up, you enjoy the freedom, and that gets manifested in form of better creativity, more joy, and a lot of other good things, not becoming boring. Okay, and it's much more interesting than things that you do in spiritual material world. Okay, the quality of your becoming interesting also improves. Let's move on.
Okay. Who said that the misery of man will continue unabated until the character changes spiritually?
John Gottman, Swami Vivekanand, Swami Mukundanand, Alfred Nobel, Theology. Good one. I think we did that in our session with a picture as well. This tackles a very important question. I'll briefly talk about that. So it is Swami Vivekanand. Okay, if you have attended the session, you wouldn't have missed it. Barely 8 people have gotten it right. Vivekanand. So the concept here is that we can build as many charitable institutions and hospitals as we want. It is not going to bring about the change from within. The only technology available to bring about that change is spiritual technology. Only when people transform spiritually will actually the change happen. Morarji Desai, when he became Prime Minister of India, he kept on saying, remove corruption, remove corruption. On the contrary, corruption started increasing. So by saying, by reading self-help books, by listening to others, don't take worry, don't take tension, don't worry, nothing changes. It's only when you evolve spiritually, improve spiritually, that transformation starts happening. So doing good is good, but not good enough. So if you do charity, help people, that is fine. But is it truly helping them evolve spiritually? The answer is no. That requires a much deeper understanding of scriptural principle. That is why they say that the highest form of charity is actually giving somebody a spiritual knowledge, which is what Swamiji Maharaj they have done, right? So that is the biggest stand, because now you are truly giving a soul a jump in life. And other things are good. I mean, noble deeds are good. You are helping people and all, but then what will happen? Will it bring about a change? Of course not. So being good is good, but not good enough. Let's move on.
So it shook it a bit.
Yes, it did. NK is down. I'm not impressed, okay, with NK anymore. No, it's still in reckoning. Song of God, Radhe Radhe, Peep. That's nice. Nemo is on fire. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay, what does ego stand for in the context of surrender?
Embracing God's orders, letting God out. Context of surrender. Giving God's offerings. That's a good one. No. Yeah, the answer is edging God out. Ego is like we elbow God out. Kabir Das ji had said, right? जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, जब हरि है तब मैं नहीं, प्रेम गली अति सांकरी, इन ये में द्वे न समाये. So we have to create space for God. Otherwise, when our ego comes in, God says, okay, all right, be my guest, I'll take a back seat. So we edge God out from our life with our ego by taking credit for what we are doing or having that sense of doership. Let's move on. Let's see what happens to our leaderboard. No changes, unsurprisingly. Nemo is playing well. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay, multi-select, double pointer. Which of the following fall under the category of tushtis?
Tushtis. I like the video. Yes, yellow and green is right. So tushtis, the first two are the impediments which prevent us from doing surrenders. Tushtis are the reasons that we give ourselves to delay our spiritual progress. Tushti means santushti, means some satisfaction, or we put it on somebody else. So there are, I think, 4 tushtis. Kal tushti, when we put it on time, when the time will come, it will happen automatically. Then we do Ishwar tushti, God will desire. Okay,
Nitinji,
then
you can stick only to the answer of
I
this
think
one so that
Nitinji, it's better to stick to the question in hand.
and Sharnavaran and Ishwar are the right one. These are the tushtis. Ishwar, when you put it on God. Sharnavaran is where we say through our speech that we are surrendered, but actually we are not. Right? We say that, right? Even in our aratis, we go in the temples and sing Tan Man Dhan Sab Tera, Kya Lage Mera, right? And if God comes and say, give everything to me, are we surrendered? We are not yet yet. So that is called Sharanavaran Tushti, where your mind is telling you are surrendered, but truly you are not. It's more hypocritical at that point. Let's move on.
There is a message from Michelle G. Tell me more, Nitinji.
Already spoken more, so maybe
I
next
think
question is.
after a couple of questions, Nitinji can give you a detailed explanation.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, it's a good fight going on right now. Song of God is close.
We have two Radhe Radhes.
Radhe Radhe. It'll be interesting which one wins now. Let's move on.
Awesome. So a dry leaf is surrendered to the wind no matter what it does to it. In the context of the session, what aspect of surrender was referred to?
Hmm. The wind still follows the wind, the leaf rather.
So this
There's
example
only
was
one answer
mentioned
which
in
is
the,
correct.
sorry?
I said there's only one answer which is correct. Okay.
Yeah, so this example was taken in the session when the example of the leaf was introduced for one of the aspects of, yeah.
That's right. Right. That's the first one, to desire only in accordance with the desire of God. So we simply subject ourselves to the will of God, like a leaf, dry leaf subjects itself to the will of the wind. Wherever the wind takes it, it will flow. So that is the first concept of surrender that we spoke about. Great. Let's move on. Majority got it right, but all of the above. Somebody went with all of the above. I don't know why, but it's just the first one. Let's move on. Leaf, yeah. Radhe Radhe is back. Gita Jayanti is back in reckoning, so it's going good. Let's move on to the next one. Nemo is rock solid at the top.
All right, double pointer. So we had this verse that we discussed for a week. Now, what does Sarva Bhavena mean in this verse? Given that we talked for it
Sarva.
for a week, maybe, I hope, people understood the verse. So that's why I put this question.
Yeah, let's see how many have
Answers
actually.
have started pouring in the chat also.
Anybody putting answers in the chat as well?
Yes, Rashika ji has mentioned green.
Rashika is saying green. Yellow or green, somebody is saying. Let's see what happens. Green is good, right? If you have to choose between green and red, green is usually better. Yes, so the answer is wholeheartedly. Rashika. Sarva means wholeheartedly. You have to do that, right? Not partially and a little bit for, not there. So God, whenever God talks about everything, anything, he's a perfectionist. He's always talking about exclusivity, continuity, wholeheartedly. Is not like no half measures there at all. It has to be done completely. Let's see if it shakes up the leaderboard or not. All right, NK is back on top now. That's good going. Nemo and NK, it's a close fight between these two. Song of God, Radhe Radhe is playing well. Annapurna ji, she's a very consistent performer. Good going, Annapurna ji. You are in top 5. Let's move on. It's a pretty competitive quiz always. Let's move on. Vinamr 8 is playing as well, highest climber.
So true or false, Shruti Praman is considered less credible than Anuman Praman when talking about building the foundation of spiritual knowledge.
Do we have Shruti playing this game? Oh, wait. Yes, it's not. It is incorrect. Shruti Praman is a testimonial evidence that is more stronger than Anuman, which is inferential logic, right? It's like Shruti testimonial is the highest one, which is basically followed through the oral tradition, but it is not a testimonial coming from Yelp or something like that, right? We also look for testimonial. We ask for our friends, is it a good restaurant? Is it a good thing? Is it a good movie? We rely on that. In spiritual knowledge, we go to sages and saints, what they are telling us. That is the evidence, and that is how all the scriptures have flown in through Shruti Praman. So this is the most accurate evidence to go with. And I've spoken about this concept that our scriptures are like a cooked rice. If part of it is cooked, rest of it is cooked as well. You don't have to go and check each grain whether it is cooked or not. And that is the power of this testimonial evidence that is coming directly from sages. And the Vedas are like revealed and they have flown to us through oral tradition, and they are not subject to the defects of human interpretation or human intellect. That is the power of this. So let's move on. NK is on fire, Annapurna ji, and I think top 5 are doing good. Let's move on. Let's see if last few questions changes anything. Down to
Okay, the
15th question.
misidentification to be the body and not the soul falls under which category?
Oh, the memory test is there. Yeah, so this is ignorance, Brahm. Brahm is ignorance, and ignorance is the root cause of all the other problems that happen in our life. Right? Vedvyas had said, Agyanam evasya mool karanam. So it all starts with ignorance. And ignorance is where we think ourselves as a body and not the soul. So we have started solving a mathematical equation starting with 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Now rest, whatever will follow is going to be incorrect. Then we are this body, and these bodily associates are mine, and these bodily acquisitions of fame, power, success, money is what will define my success. So we have gotten the equation wrong. The day we start realizing that this thing that I'm doing, is it good for my body or my soul? Because I'm not this body. Then I think we will start setting the equation right, and things will start falling in place. Tarunji, you had a question. So Brahm, ignorance is the misidentification that we all are suffering from, and trying to correct that situation. Yes, Tarunji, you had a question. Not. Let's move on.
I just misread the Brahm as Brahm.
Okay, Brahm, yeah. There's a Brahm, there is a Brahm, and there's a Brahma. Okay, all 3 words are there.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
move on.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. So, true and false. Ishwar Tushti is to leave everything upon destiny.
Okay, that is why you're asking me not to speak much. Huh? So the answer is false. Ishwar Tushti is to leave it upon God. When Mata Rani will invite me, then I will go. Okay, we leave it to God. When God will desire, it will happen. This is a very common thing. People exercise, and that is excuse your mind is making up. You have to take that step. Okay, nobody is preventing you from doing anything or going to some place if you want to. Rather than leaving it to God, you take control of that. That is called Ishwar Tushti. And leaving it to fate is called Bhagya Tushti. If it is in my destiny, it will happen. Okay, we don't need to fall into any of these tushtis and rather take control of our spiritual journey. Let's move on. Dark Fire is doing good. NK is rock solid now. Let's see if between NK and Nemo, who takes that. They have a good lead right now over others. Radhe Radhe, Song of God, and Annapurna ji are playing really well. Let's move on to the next question. I think we are closing in on.
Yeah. Right, multi-select double pointer. Which of the following belong to the innate defects of human beings?
Okay, this is going to be interesting. This will change the leaderboard, I have a feeling.
So we're talking about the innate defects over here. So
Yeah, there are two of them. One of them is green. Maybe one of them is a very color that I don't have a definition for. Maybe more.
It seems like your picture from the childhood, or maybe Arunji's.
I wasn't this chubby ever. So it has to be Nitinji.
Yeah, so the right answer are three actually: Karnapatra, Vipralipsa, and Pramad. Now, these are the defects of human beings. So whenever you come across any books that is written by human beings, it will be subjected to these laws. The propensity to cheat, forgetting, and imperfection to err as human is there as well, right? Tushtis and Jim Bhav, that is separate at all, but these are the things that we have to deal with whenever we read something which is coming in from a human. But when we subscribe to scriptural knowledge, they are not subject to these defects, because that is perfect in every sense. Let's move on to see if it changes any leaderboard. I'm pretty sure it
Okay.
might shake
So
up.
I think that was the last graded question. So
Family camp here, the mandir, the programs, the Rath Yatra, the picnic, fabulous arrangement, fabulous bhajans, and fabulous Swamiji.
Nothing pleases God more than seeing the devotee grow in love. And when we talk about love, there are two aspects. One is the quantity, the extent of the longing, and the other is the quality, the purity of the love.
I am gonna come back here again and again and again to receive his blessing.
Being in the atmosphere is so auspicious and enriching. Blissful experience and probably one of the best decisions of my life.
Spiritual retreat and family camp with Swami Mukundanandji.
Get your early bird discount now.
Hurry!
all right. So let's go to the
This is a family
scoreboard.
camp. You can register for it, or you could plan to come for it in person. So do check it out. It's a very wonderful time of the year to participate in. Okay, so let's look at our leaderboard, the final scores, and then we are eagerly waiting for the testimonials related to Gita Jayanti as well. So let's see who's on the podium. Second runner-up is Annapurna ji. Fantastic job. That was amazing. Nemo is second. And who's first? NK is first. So let's see who are, and then who are the other two? Radhe Radhe? No, Vinamr and Song of God. So I'd like to have you who's Nemo and who's NK, Annapurna ji, if you can come as well. Let's quickly hear from you before we get into the next segment. Really well played, all of you, I must say that. And thank you, our quiz masters, for putting together a very balanced quiz covering so many concepts, like you always do, and making it interesting for all of us. So thank you, Arun. Thank you, Rahul, for a wonderful job once again. Let's see who is Nemo or NK, in case they're interested to come on screen, talk about it. Fun quiz. Thank you, Michelle is saying. Okay, nobody's coming forward. Annapurna ji, you want to come forward? Or anybody who wants to, it's up for auction. Who's NK? 1, 2, 3. Okay, nobody's. Nemo. Oh, who's Nemo?
Nitinji, you are NK, right? Nitin Kaushal.
I don't know. Somebody was playing with my initial. That was not.
Maybe that's
Who's
why they won. And also there is a question in the chat from Gupchan ji, like what is the Bhagavad Gita book that we are referring to?
Song
So-
of God from Swami Mukundanand.
Yeah, and
That's
we
the
can
book we
also share the link in the chat so that he can, so it's freely available
Not-
online. We also have an app of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have an app. You can order your hardcover one as well. It's a most palatable translation I've come across. Okay, so if you already struggle to read Bhagavad Gita, this is the book you want to get started with. Okay, yes, Annapurna ji, extremely well played. And Shyam ji, are you on the leaderboard today? Okay, let's hear from
आज मैं 6 पर आया, नंबर 6 पर आया बहुत समय के बाद। एक
very
बारी मैं
nice.
3 तक पहुंच गया था, बट मैं फिर से गिर गया लास्ट क्वेश्चन में। आई ओनली गेव वन सिलेक्टेड आंसर, सो ठीक है, बट इट्स गुड।
Very
आफ्टर
well
लॉन्ग
played.
टॉप
Good
6 में आ
job.
गया। या थैंक यू सो
Very
मच।
nice. Thank you. Okay, Annapurna ji, very well played. And anybody else who wants to come, who was in top 5 or otherwise want to relate their experience on how it went? Annapurna ji, please go ahead. You played really well. And I think this is the first time you have shown up in top 3, right? Although you're a consistent performer throughout. So extremely well played. Congratulations. Riya ji, were you there in top 5 as well? Or you wanted to share something? Go ahead. No? Annapurna ji, please go ahead.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to. Tomorrow I'm leaving to India. I'm packing, and then when I heard Kahoot, so I'm listening to class also together doing. I enjoyed it. Questions were very good, and I love your revision also. It really reinforces all the things that we have learned. Excellent quiz, and it's pleasure for
Extremely
me.
well played. Extremely well
Yeah,
played.
I never thought I was behind, but I caught up, and yeah. Thank you, Radhe
Thank
Radhe.
you. Next time you want to show up on the leaderboard, plan for India again, okay? When the Kahoot happens. That may help.
Yeah, I will be playing from India. I will be there till April, so I will
Awesome.
be playing. Yes,
Wish you
I
safe
wouldn't
travels and
miss it for anything. Okay.
sure. Thank you, Annapurna ji. Yes, Riya ji, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Nitin ji. I love the questions, seriously.
Okay,
And
that's nice.
it's too good. Just for the questions, I join most of the time, not to get into the leaderboard, but really
Great
love the
quiz,
question.
quiz
A
masters. So
song
they
of
put in a
God.
lot of work for that. So all the credos goes to our quiz masters Arun and Rahul today. So thank you for that again. Thank you for getting that. Yes, Sandhya, you wanted to add something?
I again have this request which I had said yesterday, that people should not come with names like iPhone and put comments in the chat. So if you want to say anything, please put your name, and you can raise hand, you can speak with your name. So Nitin ji, I just wanted to reiterate that.
iPhone, do we have iPhone here? Let me tackle it once and for all. iPhone. So iPhone, I think it is one of the participants. Okay, I will not refrain from telling her name. Okay, going forward, because this iPhone or some change names, for some reason, the participant derives some pleasure in disrupting stuff and putting in stuff. And next time I'll have to disclose your name. Okay, so I hope you get it and you will refrain from generally sending messages which don't add any value here and there. Okay, so this is the last time I'm telling you. Next time, whether you come from iPhone name or some other name, I will not hesitate to disclose your name to the group so that they are aware who you are. So when you come up on screen, they know that. It's not fun, actually. You know that, right? So I get a lot of messages, um, emails, and now, the chats have started here as well. And I know who it is. Okay. Maybe I'll get into that story part of it and how we can tackle it through Bhagavad Gita. What should be the mindset to approach when somebody's facing these challenges. We can tackle that, but I'll refrain from it for now unless it's absolutely needed. But yeah, please refrain from that. Doesn't help. Okay, so let's move on. Are we going to have Rahul, right, our quiz master, who's going to talk about Gita Jayanti? So go ahead, Rahul.
Just wanted to talk about the quiz first. That kudos to Arunji. I just added the animations and images. So if you like that, then it is okay. Otherwise, everything was Arunji. And regarding iPhone, if these messages are there, then we might have to remove them from the session also in the future. So you better be careful. Radhe Radhe.
Regarding the Kahoot, if
Rahul,
you want me
you wanted to talk about, sorry, Rahul, sorry, Arun, go ahead, please.
Sorry. I was just saying in the Kahoot, if you want me to share the report of the top 10 or that, let me know. Otherwise, we can continue with the rest of the announcements.
I
All
think
right.
go ahead with the testimonials. We have
Yeah.
two people lined up today,
Okay.
unless someone specifically wants to see their scores.
So should I go ahead with the testimonial? I have a very short one.
Yes,
Sure,
Rahul.
please go.
So I have two lines first, which might be relevant. राधे राधे गोविंद राधे डेली विजडम फ्रॉम भगवत गीता के द्वारा सेवा के द्वार खुलवा दे. And that is true for me and probably true for many participants here. It means that daily wisdom from Bhagavad Gita session has opened avenues for seva. That is one thing which is super, super important for anybody who is joining on this session. Because Nitinji always tries to bring unique ways in introducing the concepts which have been there iterated by Swamiji and Maharaji. And I think it also helps in revising the concepts on a daily basis, which is super important. Otherwise, when the situation comes, the knowledge slips. And it happens now also, but at least some part of that remains, or we are able to recover more quickly, I should say. So yeah, kudos to Nitinji, and thank you for providing all these seva opportunities also, because that is something which is important for everyone on their spiritual journey. So thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Rahul, and thank you for being such a great support in Seva and everything. And I think you guys all joined last year. I remember that, and then did not take long before you were into Seva as well. And you have been, your journey has been pretty amazing. Not only being regular in these classes, but doing Seva so diligently as well. Whichever Seva you pick up, you do it so diligently. And it's an honor for us to have you here. And I'm glad this platform has been able to create so many sevas for us, to basically ease ourselves into the seva world and start relishing that bliss along the way as well. So thank you for that, and thank you for all the work that you do with us. And like I said, it's a privilege to have you here. In fact, this session, every bit is owed to each one of you participants who make it so enriching. And you've been a constant, one of those constants who have been there with participation, with your seva and everything. So thank you so much for that. Next is going to be Shefali. Go ahead, Shefali.
Can someone unmute her?
Are you unmuted now?
Yes. Radhe Radhe everyone, Radhe Radhe Nitinji. Actually, Bhagavad Gita classes have been a really very big thing for me. These have been a life-changing thing for me. Like, to be honest, Bhagavad Gita classes have really helped me in tackling with various challenges of life. Like, first of all, now it gives us the right formula to solve the problem. Because if we keep solving our problems with the wrong formulas, now it's like no matter how hard we try, we'll never be able to solve them. And the one thing that I really like is that it tells us like about our real identity, that who we are, what's our real identity, and we are a soul and not this body. And this concept is itself so liberating. And our only job is to love and serve God. That's it. I mean, I cannot imagine my life without this valuable wisdom. So yeah, Bhagavad Gita has been a life-changing thing for me, to be honest. And I would recommend everyone to do, like as Nitinji also recommends, like to do Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasan of this divine wisdom thing. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you, Shefali. It's so heartening to see that you are able to relate to these concepts and putting in a conscious effort to imbibe it in your life. And you pick up the concepts really well. By the way, Shefali is the one who creates a lot of good creative stuff on Insta. And she was leading Insta and does it even now. But some of the most amazing videos, the stuff, if you see that, she's the one who does that. And she's also eased herself into the seva world and one of the most enthusiastic, consistent participants that we have. So way to go, Shefali, and pleasure to have you on these sessions.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that.
thank you.
Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Thank you. All right. So with those two, we have Swati ji. Yes, Swati ji, go ahead, please. Your turn. Ready to add something? And then Chandruji, I see a new name today.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe. Am I audible? It's okay. Yeah. I just wanted to say that the quiz was really good. Even I was many times I got wrong answers, but then I reached at the fifth at the last. It was really amazing. Questions are nice. We need to think more because in the hurry, usually today also I got many questions like in the hurry I could put the wrong answers where it was not, and I put the answer which was yes. So that way it is a little confusing. We have to think on that, and your time also limited. So in that time we have to finish the answer and submit also. So sometimes it gets like, but it's
Lot
really
of pressure.
nice. Thank you. Yeah, lot of pressure. Thank you, Radhe Radhe. Today picture is there. You said we'll be taking
Yes,
picture.
we are going
or-
to turn on videos and take some pictures, but after Chandruji's, let's hear from him, and then let's turn on our videos, take a couple of pictures, and we can probably recite it together, that Happy Gita Jayanti, right? And we can
Yes.
send it to Swami and feel good, right, from our team. So, yes, Chandruji, wanted to add something, and there's an opportunity for you to turn on your video. We'll be taking some pictures shortly. Who's volunteering to take pictures
Okay,
today?
thank you so much. Question on that Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, spirituality changes. My answer I thought was character. It changes your character. But the answer was grace from God, I think. Can you explain that?
Which
Can you
one was that
remember the
question?
answer?
Which question was that? Sorry, Arun, can you relate to
I
that?
know. Maybe next time if you can
Is
get
the
it.
inspiration and coincidence? Are you referring?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We have spoken about this in our session. I think this is an interesting quote I had come across, and I narrated that in the session, and that question was very targeted at that. When we get inspired, it's God choosing to reveal himself, and when we see something as a coincidence, then God chooses to remain anonymous. So it was a quote I had, spoken about in one of the classes, and that question was a direct take from that. But we can discuss more, Chandruji, definitely. Let's take some pictures right for everybody. If you can turn on your videos, maybe on the count of 3, we can say Happy Gita Jayanti, and that's pretty much it. So I would encourage all of you to put on your videos.
So first pictures, few screenshots, and then we will do the wish.
Sure.
Please turn on your videos if possible. We can wait like Nitin, you do the countdown, then I'll take screenshots.
Reva ji is always so sweet, always comes on screen, whenever we ask for it. So thank you so much, Reva ji, for that. I see Maharshi Roy ji is coming as well. Very nice. All right, I would encourage you. We still have a bit of time. It would make for a good screen if all of you can turn it on. Diva and Shamji are together, which is very nice. Okay, more videos are coming up. Kamla ji is on. Thank you, Kamla ji. Where are you joining us from? Shita ji, Kamla ji is there. I still see a lot of people, they're not able to turn on, which is fine. They can't do that, but if you can, that'll be good. It makes up for a nice optics as well if we see a full screen of people in video. So let's do that. Countdown. However many are able to join, that's fine.
I've
We can
taken the
proceed with that.
screenshots of all the people who have kept their video on so far.
Okay, perfect. So now on the count of 3, what we can do, unmute ourselves and say Happy Gita Jayanti couple of times. I think that should suffice. Then our video team can do some magic with it, right?
Okay, so I can unmute
Anita
all.
has turned it on. Jyoti has turned it on as well. So let's make sure everybody captured. So thank you for turning on your videos, whoever could today. So everybody's unmuted now. So 3, 3.
Some people are doing.
Happy Jayanti.
Okay,
Okay. No, not yet. 3, 2. When I say 3, 2, 1, then okay. So 3, 2, 1.5, 1.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
Gita Jayanti. Happy Gita Jayanti.
Happy Gita Jayanti.
Happy Gita Jayanti.
Happy Gita Jayanti.
Gita Jayanti.
Happy 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 Gita Jayanti.
Okay, let's do once more.
Happy
3,
Gita
2, 1
Jayanti. Happy Gita
together.
Jayanti.
Together, okay? Let's do it together. I'm not going to do one and one time. I'll say three,
Again,
two, and one.
what was that?
3, 2, 1.
Happy
Happy
Gita
Gita
Jayanti!
Okay, wait.
Okay, everybody. Thank already, and I'll see you on Monday. That is Sunday evening, from a different destination altogether. So thanks again. Radhe Radhe. Good night. Good day from my side.
Just once
Thank
again,
you.
there was a question from Lei Xiaoji that we had just questions. Are we not discussing Bhagavad Gita? So just to clarify, today specifically is our Kahoot day, but rest of the days we have Bhagavad Gita discussion where we have shloka chanting as well as elaborate
Right.
interactive discussion.
Today's what we do is we do a recap quiz. So whatever we have discussed or studied over the last 1 week, today is when we do it a quiz. So this is the Bhagavad Gita session. And for the rest of the days, you will get an overdose of Bhagavad Gita. So welcome to the session. Hope you can join. Thursdays, we do our quiz. So that's how it goes. And it is related to Bhagavad Gita only. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Please fill out the feedback tracker. And Lei Zhu, good to hear from you. I got your message as well. And thank you again. Radhe Radhe. Good night. Good day from my side. Thank you.